What's good? What's good? What's good, people? Welcome to Fire TV, man. Y'all already know I got some fire, right? And the day is no different. Fire house. Today I got old Donald J. Trump on the hot seat, right? And some things he said, y'all know how Trump is, man. He gonna say some outlandish shit. But today I want to share this, man. Donald Trump say black folks like him. Why? Because of the indictments he got. What do we mean by that? Because a lot of blacks have been convicted of crimes. So in other words, he labeled blacks as criminals. So quote unquote, that's what make us like him. And also, you can't make this shit up, man. His sneakers. The hip hop culture gravitate towards Donald Trump. Why? Because he think we just that crazy over a pair of fucking sneakers. Just recently, he showed up at a sneaker event to promote his campaign. And not only to promote him running for the 2024 election, that try to sell some ugly ass shoes, which was a great PR stunt. And on top of that, the shoes sold out. 2024, man. Donald Trump finna try to get back in the house, the White House. I mean, he's finna try to get back in the White House, and he's looking to win the black vote over. It's up to you who you put in the White House, right? But remember this. I'm only speaking on public information, man. And y'all already know when I come to the firehouse, somebody ass is on the hot seat. And why not it be him? You can't make this shit up on this video that I'm about to show. And I hope y'all didn't buy them ugly ass shoes. I really hope y'all didn't buy them, but they was one of a kind. So they might be some resale shit going on. But anyway, man, y'all never know I'm gonna come to the firehouse without having some support in what I'm saying. Donald J. Trump, I got you on the hot seat, man. And this shit came straight from you. And I'm not the only one that disagree that in which what he is saying. We as people like him because of the indictments that he's received. You are what you are. Wherever you go, that's who you are. Check this out.
If there is one true thing that's been said about the Trump era, it is friend of the show Rick Wilson's contention and the title of his book, Everything Trump Touches Dies. Another thing that's true is that once upon a time, Donald Trump was one of the most referenced figures in hip-hop music. He was name-dropped more than 300 times in popular rap songs, with his name standing in for the idea of extreme wealth, bling, success. But when he ran for president in 2016, those rappers, including some who knew him personally and even partied with him on occasion at Mar-a-Lago, weren't exactly lining up to endorse him. Only one big-name rapper did, sort of. Kanye West said right after the election that if he had voted, he would have voted for Trump. Then he became pals with Trump, including an Oval Office photo session with Ye wearing a MAGA hat and ranting. Things kind of went sideways for Ye's public reputation after that for a number of reasons, the luncheon with the Nazi being one of them, and that weird moment with that Candace lady in the White Lives Matter shirts. But it seemed like a lot of other rappers saw what happened with Trump and took it to heart to maintain their distance. Fast forward to today, when Donald Trump is now an adjudicated sexual assaulter. He's been fined $450 million and counting for his fraudulent business practices in New York, meaning the whole reason hip-hop loved him was a lie, plus those 91 criminal counts. But meanwhile, just days ago, and meanwhile, Trump just days ago said that black people like him specifically because of his indictments and his mugshot. And days before that, an obscure right-wing Fox commentator said that black people will vote for Trump because they love the sneakers. They just love sneakers. So it seems like
I just want to show y'all the footage of what he's saying about the black people. So y'all don't think I'm making this shit up. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. But I understand people gonna do what they want to do. This is America. This is America. Check this out, man.
a really weird time for any rapper at all, to jump on board with anything associated with the Trump brand. And yet, just this week, rapper Fat Joe seemed to do just that.
Just show them the box first, what it says. It's friends and family, there's only 50 of these.
I gotta get my hands on it. Once again, I'm not a Trumper. I dislike Trump. I'm not voting for him, not now, not never. But I'm a sneaker collector into the art, so I had to find these.
I'm joined now by Teray, host of Masters of the Game and creative director at The Griot. And I'm so glad you're available, because I really wanted to talk to you about this, Teray, because you've interviewed a lot of these guys. You know Fat Joe, you know these guys. There were a few things that were weird about that live. Number one, the fact that he had a branded box, which kind of said to me that Trump maybe is sending these to people so that they will do an unboxing, maybe. I don't know if that's how it struck you, but the whole thing struck me as odd. He said, I dislike Trump. A lot of people thought he said, I just like Trump. He said, I dislike Trump. Why do you think that he decided to do this whole unboxing of Trump sneakers? I mean, they're not quality sneakers.
No, when I first saw Joe doing this, I was like, no, not Joe. Guy from the Bronx, been part of hip hop culture for a very long time. But as he explains it, he is a collector. He's into sneakers. He does not care about Trump. He doesn't like Trump. He doesn't support Trump. The guy Fat Joe has like 2,000-3,000 pairs of sneakers. He's a collector. He wants to have all the sneakers out there. I'm sure he has the Marty McFlys. He's got every sort of rare sneaker that you could get. So it's about being a collector, not about supporting Trump. He's saying he doesn't like Trump, but like he wants to have all the sneakers. But there's a thing that's sort of implicit in your question. The hip hop that you and I grew up on in the 80s and 90s was political. It was Chuck D, Tupac, KRS-One, Poor Righteous Teachers. They were political. They were making critiques of America, critiques of the president. We don't have that sort of hip hop anymore. And I'm not saying they're dumb. There's a lot of extraordinarily intelligent rappers, but there's a lot of money in the game now. There's a lot of branding in the game now. And it's really about getting people's attention on you. There's not a lot of politicized hip hop like the sort that we grew up on. So expecting hip hop in general to have a political response, which we grew up on, it's not what the game is doing now.
But it's not even just that. I mean, look, I worked, like I said, toward the end of the Obama campaign. Like there were hip hop artists, including Jay-Z, who were like openly stumping for Obama, right? I mean, you know, Will.i.am is not like a traditional hip hop artist, but he supported Obama, like made his speech into a hit song. I mean, I remember interviewing Luther Campbell, Uncle Luke, like before Donald Trump ran. And that was the era when it was probably safe if you're really going to come out for him. And he just talked about the fact that, you know, hip hop artists used to be at Mar-a-Lago. They didn't like have some big objection to Trump. But I know that you didn't see a flood of rappers, even though they did know him and knew who he was and referenced him. They weren't referencing him then. Uncle Luke just recently put up a post saying you'd be crazy to vote for Trump after he said that BS about you know, black people liking him because he was indicted. He was like, and this guy knows Trump. So I just wonder what you make of the fact that you have now hip hop artists willing to associate their brand with him, knowing what we know about him, 1 million people dead from COVID, you know, the things he did as president. Does it surprise you that people who are usually so brand aware would let their brand be associated with him now?
You know all those videos when people go to Trump rallies and they ask them ridiculous questions and then they give ridiculous answers that don't make sense, that don't comport with political reality? We see a lot of that with the rappers who are talking about why they support Trump. Kanye said when he wears the hat, he feels like Superman. What does that mean? Sexy Red.
Before I show this clip of what Sexy Red said, right? This is a person straight out the projects, know nothing about politics. And this is the reason why she said she liked Donald Trump and she will vote for Donald Trump. Y'all check this out.
Very popular rapper this year, last year, said that she supports Trump because she appreciates the stimulus checks.
Right.
Joy, which party was
The
part
Democrats.
of getting us those stimulus checks?
It was Nancy Pelosi.
Right.
it was the Democrats.
So the Sexy Red is giving credit to Trump for something that he did not do and that he opposed. But she does not understand. She doesn't sit around reading the New York Times or watching your show. So she doesn't understand. She knows when Trump was president, I got a check in the mail. I love that. Let's do that again.
You know, and the thing is, I will give him credit in this, is that the marketing on that, he opposed the stimulus, but he put that letter in with the stimulus check so that people who got the physical checks in the mail thought he gave it to them. That was a genius marketing move. Maybe Biden should do maybe that. You know what I mean? Instead of doing like border theater, like maybe that's the thing, is that people do respond to the idea of somebody doing something that impacts their lives directly financially, right? And that kind of is like the good politics.
I think implicit in this conversation is this notion that the right wing is trying to spread, that more Black men are going to the Republican Party and to Trump. And as you've said on this show, we have seen about 15% of Black men supporting the Republican Party since 1968.
Always.
Right? We are not seeing
and they're going to do it again.
change.
And we need to talk about the 6 in 10 white voters that are going to vote for Trump. It's not the Black. I'm telling y'all, if all 14% of Black men who vote for Trump did it again, that's not the reason he would win. Teray, my friend, thank you very much.
Like I said, man, Donald Trump is the master of the game, man. And if at any time he can strike and win the motherfucking 2024 election, he will be your next president, right? But those that's voting got the power to stop him. Remember what I just showed you. He said you like him because of the indictments. He went to speak at the motherfucking Me Shoe Festival and even brought shoes to sell them to the young culture. And they sold out. Well, it's a good PR marketing scheme, man. I just want to show you, man, that only thing a snake do is grow bigger and shed his skin. But a snake is a snake. Wherever he crawl, it don't make no difference. Everything Donald Trump touches, it dies. Remember what I told you. It's 2024, man. Keep your eyes on the election. And remember what he said. You vote for him because of his indictments. That's equal to the Black man. Until next time, I put somebody on the fire seat. Salute. Y'all tap in and leave y'all comments in the comment section, man. Are they hating on Trump or is Trump straight up, man? This is just a little fire up under the feet of Donald J. Trump, man. Salute.